Debugging Selenium RC tests. Debugging Selenium RC tests. Selenium IDE reports failures in the log console, and failed test cases within the suite are shown in red. This can be a pain if you're used to seeing lots of green and suddenly you have to find out why all your tests have turned on you. Debugging Selenium RC tests. When the test fails to run a command, that line turns red. Possible reasons for failure include: Selenium IDE cannot locate the element because its locator has changed. For example, Selenium IDE was accessing a field by CSS or XPath, and CSS of the web page has changed. The element Selenium IDE was waiting to access did not appear on the web page and the operation timed out. This could happen if response from CLC is slow for some reason, such as problems with internet connection or just being hammered by too many requests. In this case, try running the test on a somewhat slower setting. The element Selenium IDE was trying to access was not created by a previous test. For example, in rare cases when a dialog is looping and creating copies of itself, Selenium IDE will access the copy in the background and run all the commands in the test without triggering any action, so you will see that the test succeeded and turned green, but it in fact failed to execute the action. Debugging Selenium RC tests. There are a few ways to debug these failures and work out if your application under test has bugs, or perhaps your tests require some changes. Execute individual commands. When you double-click a command in Selenium IDE, it will be executed. This is very handy when first writing your tests. You could use this step through each command in each test case, until you find a failure, and investigate from there. Custom log messages. There's a command in Selenium IDE named echo, and this will basically repeat whatever you type into the log when the test is executed. You could use this to output a message associated with an expected failure, and then find this in the log. You do still have to scroll through the log to look for your messages though. Slow down. You can use the speed slider to slow down how fast your test commands are executed. This can be helpful as you can watch the application under test while your tests are running, and see any obvious issues that your tests are failing on. You can also use this in combination with executing commands manually, by pausing your tests.